Allow me to introduce myself.
My name is Daisah Riley. I am from Dallas, Texas, and I'm a blogger and a student, and I have a podcast. So kind of like not a digital influencer because I don't really like how that sounds, but I do stuff online. What kind of got me to start taking my prayer life and my relationship with Christ seriously? I think it was like a year. I definitely say like a year ago when I got out of like a very bad, unhealthy, terrible relationship. Obviously everything's a lesson, but I feel like I went through a lot that God was trying to protect me from, but I didn't listen. For 6 months, I just had this nudge like, break up with him, you want to be with him, break up with him. I knew it was God, but I wanted to be with him, so I kept ignoring God's voice. I stopped praying about our relationship. I really just like ignored everything, and then the feeling went away. Like I didn't have that conviction anymore. I didn't have that nudge to break up with him anymore. And that's when things like spiraled out of control and got very unhealthy for the both of us. So ending that relationship, finally, I feel like I was like, okay, that's the first thing God told me to do is break up with him. I did it. So like, okay, what's next? Slowly but surely, like spending more time and praying more to God, like joining a new church and just really dedicating to like being involved and taking my walk with Christ seriously. I feel like I have so many answers to things that I didn't even, weren't even thoughts, but God will just give me like pieces of like a vision that he has for my life or speak to me about certain people. And I think that all just really started with me being like, okay God, like I know you told me this 6 months ago, but I'm gonna do it now. And then I just keep hearing from him, and then that motivates me to stay close and stay plugged in, because I'd rather know when he's trying to tell me something than not, and avoid the negativity that he's trying to protect me from through prayer. How I have confidence in my prayer life and knowing that prayer is real and God listens is I do what works for me. I've been in church since I was little, so I know the whole like get on your knees and pray and go down to the altar and squeeze your hip, like I know all that. But that doesn't necessarily work when you're at home by yourself and you don't have people around you and the organ's playing in the background, and you kind of start to feel like you don't have any power yourself, like you need other people around you to have like a breakthrough. That's not the case. So for me, I just had to find out a way that works for me. I started incorporating it into yoga. Went through a traumatic experience a few years ago, and yoga was kind of what I used to help me heal past that. And it was like yoga and then it was prayer, but I never put the two together. And I was like, okay, what? I was trying to start meditating. I was like, what am I supposed to say? I'm just sitting there thinking of nothing because I'm just trying to try something new that goes with yoga. Really, meditation is just thinking on like good things and focusing on good things. So I decided to focus on the good things that God has told me. I decided to pray during that time, and that's what works for me. So I'll get my yoga mat and go out on my balcony or just set it up in my room even. Or sometimes I'll be in the shower just talking, like that's my homeboy, like, you know what? And she really made me mad, but you know, if I see her today, I'ma smile. Act like it's your friend. Take yourself out on dates and hang out with God. It's my yoga partner, talk in the shower to him. It works for me, because if I try to sit on my ground and kneel and pray with my Bible open out to the scripture, like I'm gonna bust out laughing, because that's just not natural. That's not my relationship with God. Just because that works for somebody else, that doesn't work for me. That doesn't necessarily mean that their prayer is stronger than mine. I feel like we all have the same power when it comes to prayer. You just have to believe that he's listening to what you're saying and be genuine about it. It's genuine when you do what works for you. He created us differently for different ways, with different interests, different personalities, different passions. He doesn't want us to pray the same. He doesn't want us to write in our journals the same. Like, no, like that's not what it's about. It's about having your own relationship with him that works for you and that still glorifies him. Just my word of advice that's helped me from my friend Monica in my relationship with Christ that I want to share with anybody who may be struggling with their walk or comparing themselves to others is that the future version of you is not more valuable or worthy of God's grace than who you are today. So you don't have to compare yourself to everyone and think that you have to wait until later on in life to receive his blessings or to be worthy of being elevated. You're enough right now.